Have you ever had people tell you to toughen up, to eat a cup of concrete, build a bridge and get over it? Yeah, none of that's helpful, is it? I find that way too many people, everywhere I go, are trying to be more resilient. It's a buzzword that gets used a lot. And unfortunately, I believe the way that it gets looked at is the major part of the problem. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, leadership and sustainable performance coach. And today I want to shift us into the people leadership area in those 9 crucial shifts that we've been working on by helping you to redefine resilience. One of the key challenges that I get to work with people all around the world is around burnout, around not being able to continue the way that they're doing things. Unfortunately, as I go on these travels, I see a lot of things that are happening within organizations that are creating the problem. You know, we've got this hustle and grind mentality that goes on where people work at high levels of high performance for long periods of time, neglecting every other area of their life, particularly their health. There's also the mindsets that I see around things like self-care that are not helping people to be able to perform at their best and keep their health. So what I want to do as we step into this area of resilience this month, I want to give you some key understandings around how you can be more resilient, but in a different way, so that you actually can navigate this fast changing world without burning out. I know a lot about this subject. I've had several physical and mental breakdowns in my 40 odd years of the workforce. And some of you might look at that and go, well, why would we listen to you? You clearly don't get it. I think it's just the opposite. From my own personal experience, as well as working with thousands of people all around the world, I see some key things that become the problem. I've also noticed that they've changed over the years, that what we knew years ago and the way that we taught this doesn't fit the world that we're working in right now. One of the key problems I see is toxic conditioning, where people are led to believe that they need to harden up, that they need to get over things, and therefore operating out of that psychology that we talk about all the time, those 3 universal fears of not being enough, of not belonging, of not being loved. They then push themselves so that they get that approval. They do things that are not helpful in the short term, let alone for their long-term health. Another key problem is around emotional intelligence. The way that people are navigating their emotions is not allowing them to stay strong. And this whole shift that I want to talk about over this month is going from stressed all the time, working on the edge with a high level of unhealthy stress that's called distress, to being strong, being able to navigate what's going on in your world without it having a major effect on your health. However, as I said, we want to look at that definition of strong and how to get there a little differently. Otherwise, it becomes a main part of the problem, not the solution. So let's redefine what resilience is. It's not about toughening up. It's not about being superhuman or hardening up. It's not about being stoic, and it's not about showing no fear. It's about being your best version of yourself in the circumstances that you are currently working in. It's about embracing uncertainty rather than letting change and not knowing what's going to happen have a major effect on you. It's about adapting through that change. Change is going to happen. It's going to continue to happen, and it gets faster all the time. So the way that you navigate change is going to have a major effect on your ability to maintain a healthy level of resilience. The key element of resilience that I want to get across to you today and as we go into this month is asking for help. Asking for help is a strength. It's not a weakness. Asking for help early and often, that's my new mantra. I know from my own personal experience that I didn't want to ask for help. If I ask for help, you'll think I'm weak. If I ask for help, you may not think I'm good enough, that I don't belong, and you mightn't like me, those 3 universal fears that happen all the time. If I'm trying to get your approval, why don't I just pretend that everything's okay? That's why I had the breakdown. So asking for help as a leader is paramount for you to be able to navigate today's landscape. It's not being weak, it's actually being strong. And it's showing others that are working with you and around you that it's okay not to be okay all the time. So learning to ask for help starts with working out why you wouldn't ask for help. What do you make that mean if you were to ask for help? What do you think others will think of you? So that's where we've got to start first. And it's why everything that I do in the area of leadership development is underpinned by that identity work that we're doing. So what then is resilience? Resilience is perseverance in the face of setbacks. It's not about removing setbacks or getting to a place where you don't have any challenges. That's unrealistic. And in itself, thinking that way creates a problem in being able to be resilient. It's about avoiding catastrophizing, where every time something happens, you look at the worst case scenario. It's about taking whatever is going on, looking at it in a way that helps you to understand that you have everything within you and around you to move through it. It's about getting other people involved to help you so that you can navigate along whatever the journey is taking you right now. There are 4 types of resilience that I want to cover with you this month. The first one is physical, which is obviously your body, how it is handling the journey that you're on right now. Then there is emotional. As we've talked about in emotional intelligence, we need to be able to navigate our emotions in a healthy way. Being able to do that will help you to build up emotional resilience. The third area is mental resilience. This is about protecting your mind and being mentally strong. And then there's social resilience. This is being able to be a member of the human race, interacting with other imperfect humans, and have that energize you rather than deplete you. So over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to go deep into each one of those areas. And I'm going to help you to do some things differently by firstly starting to think differently around looking after yourself, around doing things the way that you do them, so that you can build up those 4 areas of resilience. It's about you then being able to foster that in your own environment so that people around you can build that resilience as well. And it starts, as I said, with shifting your mindset around what you believe resilience is. Hardening up, eating a cup of concrete, all those ridiculous things that you've had said to you, and you may have said to others, I know I have, over the years, is not going to cut it. It's actually going to be a roadblock, a barrier from you being able to develop the resilience that you need. So join me this month in this conversation. Ask questions, get involved. And if you need some help, put your hand up. We're also going to talk about how to navigate stress, the different types of stress. We all wear stress as a badge, and it's about how we can shift away from that, how we can look at stress the way that we need to look at it so that it becomes healthy. And it's going to be a month where you're going to get the opportunity as we head towards the end of the year, which for a lot of people becomes a very stressful time, to get some strategies working so that you can navigate whatever it is that you're doing, whoever it is that you're being, without burning out. Well, that's it from me for another week. Join me again next week as we continue this conversation where you bring that new definition of resilience with you and we start working on your physical resilience. I'll see you then.